So the concept behind Fusion Fall is that it is a massively multiplayer game targeted at kids 8 to 14. It is a browser-based game, and it is a very high-end quality 3D browser-based game. It's sort of an invasion story where you are a boy or a girl in this Cartoon Network universe, a universe that has all of the Cartoon Network characters in it, but a lot of times they're older than what you may remember them from on the shows, and they're all sort of reinterpreted with this anime manga style. So here's my character. Now if I wanted to change my outfit, of course I can collect different items in the game and I can equip them. I can, if I want to wear a Ben 10 jacket, and jeans and regular shoes and have these giant fluffy wings on, or a cape, all these different items you can collect in the game and then, equip as you will. Some of them will make you stronger and faster and better. Some of them are just there for looks, to make you look goofy or not. I love this little cap, but and I have this Ben 10 cannon that I can do. One of the ways that you level up in the game is by collecting all of these super deformed versions of our characters, and we call them nanos. So each level you get a new one. The ones I have are Buttercup, Swampfire, and number 2 right now equipped. And so each one comes with its own set of powers that you get to use. And if you want to just use powers that make you better, then you can get those. If you want to have powers that make your group better, then those will work too. So right now, Buttercup has a stun power, Swampfire has a sleep power, and number 2 will make me run faster. So when I call him out, he gives me a little extra boost, and then whenever I call Swampfire up, they float alongside me and travel with me, and then whenever I encounter a monster, I can use his powers to make him sleep. So now he's kind of stunned, you can see, and I can start attacking him, or run away from him, whichever I want to do. And then Buttercup. Oops. Buttercup, there. So there, these nanos are sort of the fun part of it. And notice I have all 36 here that I can choose from. Each one giving me different powers and sort of changing the game play a little bit. Now, if you also, what they do is they react to your mood too. So if you want to use an emote, and you start laughing, let's say, the nanos will of course emote alongside you. If you want to dance, there's dance.
Come on and dance.
And there you go.
They'll dance too.
He moved.
Yep. Better than me. So this is Buttercup. This is the Buttercup from the game. So you see the Buttercup, who's the sort of the NPC, and then you have your nano Buttercup. And there's one other version of Buttercup in the game who is sort of an enemy version, but we'll have to show you that later. But so, oops, I didn't mean to shoot.
You've made the dreams of millions of middle-aged Cartoon Network geeks come true. You know that, don't you?
Well, I'm a big fan of of comics, DC and Marvel stuff in particular, and so like the DC Crisis on Infinite Earths, and Marvel Secret War, the idea of these big crossovers was always a big part of my growing up, and so I wanted to do that with the Cartoon Network characters. And some of these are older characters that we're going to be reintroducing to kids and to older geeks, of course, and some of them are sort of the more modern shows. That they just take place with like Ben 10 Alien Force. So you'll get to see both of those characters and how we interpret them. And so this is an area where you have more elements introduced. It's a little bit harder, so you have to use zip lines and bounce pads to move around. You have moving platforms and things. So the goal was basically to introduce more of a player skill, not just have it be character skill that we use in the game. So you have to practice this and get good at it, more than just letting your character level up to the highest level and then just having really tough character. You have to solve some challenges too in order to get there. We want you to explore the world. We want you to see if anywhere in the world that you want to get to, you can. I mean, we think that that's a kind of a where most MMOs you you just sit on the ground the whole time. Both in Toontown and WoW, as you mentioned, both fantastic games, but they're not. This is a different style that we want you to feel like I can go anywhere and I can do anything, and that's sort of the goal. Because we hope that there's a lot of emergent behavior that this creates too, instead of just following our directed experience. That there will be behavior that people can just come and do whatever they want in this world.